The sun rises over Manila, casting a warm orange glow across the bustling streets as 12-year-old Liam Santos prepares for another long day. He slips on his faded sandals and gently lifts the old, weather-worn guitar that once belonged to his father. Its strings are uneven, its body scratched, but to Liam, it is priceless, his only connection to the man who taught him to love music. Liam walks through the narrow alleyways of Tondo, greeting neighbors who already know him as the Little Singer. The morning is filled with sounds, jeepneys rattling by, vendors shouting prices, and children laughing as they run past. But when Liam begins to sing, everything around him seems to pause for a moment. His voice, unexpectedly powerful for such a small boy, flows through the streets like a warm breeze. He chooses his usual spot near a busy market entrance, where crowds move non-stop. As he sings soulful ballads and Filipino classics, some people drop coins into his small tin can, others stop to record him, charmed by the purity in his tone. His little sister, Mia, often sits beside him, swaying gently to the rhythm. Their mother works long hours, so Liam uses the few pesos he earns to buy rice and simple meals for the family. By noon, the heat becomes intense, but Liam keeps singing. It is his way of escaping, of dreaming. The guitar may be battered, but when he plays it, he feels unstoppable, like the world is listening. One afternoon, a foreign tourist stops in front of him, captivated. She films Liam performing an old soul classic, her eyes wide with admiration. She uploads the clip with a simple caption, "This boy's voice, unbelievable." Neither she nor Liam knows it yet, but that video is about to change his life forever. Liam had only ever dreamed of stepping onto a real stage, but nothing could prepare him for the moment he received the email, "America's Got Talent would like to invite you to audition." He read the message again and again, barely breathing. His mother cried first, quiet, disbelieving tears, then hugged him so tightly he could barely move. For the first time, Liam felt the impossible inching closer. A few weeks later, Liam and his mother boarded a plane for the very first time. As the aircraft soared above Manila's skyline, Liam pressed his face against the window, seeing the city lights fade. "Paris saw ATIN, too, Ma," he whispered. "This is for us." Landing in Los Angeles felt like stepping into a different world. The airport was huge, the air cooler, the people towering over him. Everything felt unreal. The bright advertisements, the endless roads, even the way the buildings stretched into the sky. A staff member from the show picked them up, guiding them to a hotel surrounded by palm trees. Liam clung tightly to his father's guitar the entire time. The next morning, they arrived backstage at AGT. Contestants filled the waiting area, dancers stretching, singers warming up, magicians practicing card tricks. They all looked confident, polished, ready. Liam felt small, almost invisible, but he kept whispering to himself, "Kaya ko, too, I can do this." Producers interviewed him, asking about his life, his music, his dreams. Liam answered shyly but honestly, holding his guitar like a shield. Every minute he waited felt heavier than the last. His palms sweated, his heart pounded, and his mom squeezed his shoulders every few moments. Finally, a staff member called out, "Contestant 317, Liam Santos. You're up." Liam took a deep breath and stepped toward the biggest moment of his life. The stage lights were blinding, so bright that for a moment, Liam couldn't see anything except a vast, glowing emptiness. The floor beneath his feet felt too smooth, too polished, unlike the rough sidewalks of Manila he was used to. He took one shaky step forward, clutching his father's guitar against his chest. Then the lights adjusted, and the world came into focus. In front of him sat the four judges he had only ever seen on YouTube. Simon Cowell, arms crossed, gaze sharp and unreadable, Sofia Vergara, smiling warmly, Heidi Klum, leaning forward with curiosity, and Howie Mandel, giving him an encouraging nod. Behind them, an entire audience waited, thousands of people he didn't know, and millions more watching on TV. Liam's throat tightened. Simon spoke first. "Hello. What's your name?" Liam swallowed. My name is Liam Santos. I'm 12 years old. I'm from Manila, Philippines." "Wow," Heidi said softly. "And what made you come all the way to America's Got Talent?" Liam shifted nervously. I sing on the streets back home. I wanted to try, for my family. And for my papa." His voice cracked slightly on the last word. The audience murmured sympathetically. Sophia asked, Did your father teach you music? Liam nodded, gripping the guitar. Yes, ma'am. He gave me this guitar before he passed away. Even Simon's expression softened. After a pause, he leaned forward. Liam, I want you to forget about all these people here. Forget the cameras. Forget me, even. Just sing from your heart. Sing like you did when no one was watching. Liam inhaled slowly. The stage no longer felt so cold. His mother, watching from the wings, gave him a trembling smile. He positioned his fingers on the guitar strings. The entire theater fell silent. And Liam began to sing. The first note slipped from Liam's lips like a fragile whisper, soft, trembling, unsure. For a heartbeat, the theater remained still, as if waiting to see whether this small boy from Manila could truly deliver something extraordinary. Then, he reached the first chorus. Everything changed. Liam's voice rose with unexpected strength, warm and soulful, carrying a depth far beyond his years. The gentle vibrato he naturally possessed echoed through the auditorium, filling even the highest balcony seats with emotion. His fingers danced across the guitar strings, playing with a confidence he didn't even know he had. It was as though the spirit of his father guided every chord. The audience leaned forward, caught off guard. By the second chorus, people were wiping their eyes. Sophia's hand flew to her chest. Heidi blinked rapidly, fighting tears. Howie nodded with admiration, whispering, "This kid's incredible." And Simon, known for his harsh critiques, didn't blink. His eyes stayed locked on Liam, his expression slowly shifting from curiosity, to disbelief, to awe. As Liam moved into the bridge of the song, something inside him seemed to unlock. The fear melted away. His voice soared higher, richer, overflowing with the stories of the streets he grew up singing on, the struggles, the hopes, the dreams he carried every day. The audience began standing even before he reached the final note. Liam closed his eyes and pushed out the ending with everything he had, his voice cracking with raw emotion. When the last note faded into silence, he opened his eyes to see thousands of people on their feet, cheering, shouting, crying. His chest tightened. His heart raced. He had never felt anything like this, like the whole world was finally hearing him. He looked toward the judges. Simon was still staring, and he was standing. For a long moment, the world seemed frozen. Liam stood on stage, breathless, staring at the sea of standing people cheering his name. He wasn't sure if he was dreaming. His hands trembled, his knees felt weak, and his heart pounded so loudly he could hardly hear anything else. Then he saw Simon Cowell. The judge slowly pushed back his chair and rose to his feet, eyes locked on Liam with a look Liam had never seen before, not just admiration, but something like pride. Simon pressed his hands on the table, leaning forward as though studying a miracle right in front of him. Liam, he began, his voice unusually soft. That was one of the most powerful auditions I've ever witnessed. The crowd roared. Liam covered his mouth, tears gathering at the corners of his eyes. His mother, watching anxiously from backstage, clutched her chest, unable to stop shaking. Simon continued, "You didn't just sing. You told a story. You made us feel every word." Then he stepped back. "I think the world needs to hear you." And without another second of hesitation, his hand slammed down onto the golden buzzer. A burst of golden light exploded above Liam as the iconic confetti rained down like shimmering rain. The theater erupted into screams, cheers, and applause. Liam dropped to his knees, overwhelmed, crying openly as he hugged his guitar to his chest. His mother ran onto the stage, tears streaming as she wrapped him in her arms. "Anik, you did it. You really did it," she sobbed. Simon walked onto the stage too, giving Liam a gentle pat on the shoulder. "This is just the beginning," he told him. Liam looked around, at the confetti, the lights, the cheering crowd. The boy who once sang for coins on Manila streets was now on the world stage. And his dream had just begun.